Family. Today I bring to you an issue that affects the very people whom are sitting with us today. The person recording this speech and even the viewers at home play a role in this deadly issue. Well, there are good behaviors that children should follow from their parents, and then there are some unhealthy habits that should not be followed, sometimes should not be introduced. Parents will be flabbergasted to see their child pick up a cigarette and smoke. That's the rights that parents have. More parents should stop their children from picking up fast food, as it can possibly raise the percentage of obesity in America. Obesity is now second only to smoking as a major cause of preventable death in America, with more than 400,000 deaths per year associated with related illnesses. Who are we to blame? Ronald McDonald and his friends? Or should we blame mom and dad? Let's take this even further. Should the blame be placed on the government officials? The American family should take blame altogether. People, corporations, government. They are all responsible for the perpetuous rise in obesity and other health risks over the past 2 decades and have caused an outsized burden on the healthcare system. America. These issues are caused by a great number of people, but that means they can be fought with even a greater number. That'll be easy, stating that America is the fattest country in the world. If the fast food places can put up their signs and I can walk past them and ignore them, then so can you, my family. Our children are more familiar with Ronald McDonald than anyone else. The clown lures the kids in, the playgrounds, that Happy Meal that isn't so happy to our bodies. I must say that the fast food marketing program has to be ranked close to my presidential election. They have a way to engage the consumers, whether they know it or not. But I'm pretty sure that they are well aware of what they are doing. Okay, so your child wants to eat McDonald's, and you buy it for them. That's where the personal responsibility takes place. Now, after about more than 20 amendments have been passed, every American citizen has the right to dine wherever please. Stepping foot inside one of those fast food restaurants on a daily basis is your responsibility. Let's say you do visit McDonald's 5 times a month, because that's what you prefer for you and your family. Try doubling or even tripling that amount to exercise. That's another issue. Americans do not exercise enough. That goes for businesses and governments as well. If they exercise safety issues, then maybe they won't get blamed for a 10-year-old Ann who used to be in shape but now visits doctors daily because she is obese. Or if the government exercise their powers to regulate safety issues. At the starting point, the meatpacking plant. The problem goes deeper than Ronald McDonald. We Americans, we are killing ourselves. Let's look at the daily life of Brandon and his family. Brandon is married to Ashley with a son and a daughter. Brandon and Ashley both work in local business offices, and their kids attend the local high school in their neighborhood. On average, it takes Brandon about 10 minutes to walk to work, 4 minutes if he drives. Same goes for Ashley and the kids. Every morning they drive to work and send their kids on the school bus rather than walk. Brandon is always the last to leave the house. He takes his time to get ready. By the time he realizes that he consumed most of his time, he heads out to work. But before he drives straight to work, he has to grab something quick to eat. Within a 2-minute drive from Brandon's house, there is a Burger King. He stops there, orders a breakfast sandwich and a cup of coffee. He continues on his way to work. Brandon does this nearly every day of the week. When he arrives to work, he has the choice of taking 3 flights of stairs or the elevator. His decision will be the elevator. The average American walks 2,000 steps a day, but most of those steps occur in the fast food restaurants. Back to Brandon, who has a 45-minute lunch break. His boss demands him to be back no later than that. So, in a rush, again, Brandon hops into his car and has the option of McDonald's. There is a McDonald's restaurant every square mile in his work area. Limited to a choice, he orders a number 1 off the menu for lunch. Hops back in his car and heads back to work. The day is almost over and Brandon heads home. Within 5 minutes, he arrives to his home where his children and wife are. Deciding what to eat for dinner, a commercial comes on the television. McDonald's is offering a fish fillet meal for $3. Nearly every American family can afford that price. The average child sees 10,000 TV ads per year. The clown is dancing and singing, the fish is singing, and the prices are glimpsed to every American family that is viewing this commercial. Now if a fish talks, to me, that sparks a light bulb. Because in my head, I know a fish can't talk. But okay, let's look at the bigger picture. Food, beverage, candy, and restaurant advertising expenditures weigh in at $11.26 billion in 2004 versus $9.55 million to promote healthy eating. The fast food industry has more money to advertise than a healthy fight against obesity. They make their money from you every time you order that fries or that burger, and this gives them every right and motivation to continue to run their business. Like any other American, Brandon and his family races to the car for a dinner trip to McDonald's. On the way, they pass a Whole Food Market. Brady, the son, asks his dad, "What is that?" 30 seconds later, Bria, the daughter, sees an organic food market and asks her mother, "What is that?" The children are unaware of healthy food choices available because they are not exposed to them. Mind you, I said these kids attend a local high school. They recognize McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's right away. The most advertised restaurants are consumed the most. That's no surprise. Fast food restaurants are not accustomed to displaying the nutritional facts where the consumers can view them before they purchase their meal. Without demand from authority, they would change the tradition of not showing the customers what they are eating. The family pays nearly 20 diners on the way to McDonald's, 5 of them being fast food and 6 of them being McDonald's. The family receives their meal and eats at the restaurant. This McDonald's, unlike the other 6 McDonald's they rode past, has a play place for their children to enjoy after a hot meal. While this may seem like a way to allow the children to exercise, a person needs to walk 7 hours straight just to burn off a supersized Coke, a fry, and a Big Mac. Heading back home, Brandon and Ashley prepare the children for the next school day, possibly following the same routine the next day. The children feasting on this unhealthy diet are America's future. The future president, basketball player, or shoemaker lies in the generation that feasts on fast food restaurants meals. So are we going to let them continue to eat this food? Maybe so, because it's convenient and affordable. We, America, we can make it healthy. It doesn't have to be unhealthy just because it's cheap. It can be better, convenient, and affordable breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And then we can all be loving it. Now, America, let's get our thinking caps on. Imagine if following that $3 fish fillet special, McDonald's aired a commercial that outlines the nutritional facts of that meal. A law would be passed stating that fast food restaurants must make advertisements about nutritional facts and ingredients of their product. Maybe Brandon's family wouldn't have been so anxious to bite into that fish fillet and munch on those fries. But let's say that they were still attracted to the meal, because McDonald's does have a way of attracting a great number of people. This lies in the hands of the consumers themselves. They decided to eat there even after they knew what was in the food. Before trying to blame McDonald's for the obese issues placed upon themselves, they would be well aware that every visit to fast food restaurants will be recorded. Every visit will be recorded for medical uses only. Next on the list all fast food meat packing providers will be forced to abide safety regulations. The Food and Drug Administration must hire more workers and make daily visits to meat packing plants and slaughterhouses. The government must move in on the situation. If they don't, then the fast food industry won't. When a meat packing plant denies 3 visits, then by law, American fast food restaurants must immediately discontinue their partnership with that specific factory. Citizens by law are required to receive updates on which fast food restaurants are meeting the set standards. And when the fast food restaurant does not meet the standards and approval of its customers, then they would too receive an incentive. Whether it be a Wii Fit in the play place or new carpet, the fast food restaurants will benefit, and so will America. The link between fast food restaurants and obesity increase over the last 20 years is slim to none, my friends. Before we begin pointing fingers, let's take responsibility for our own issue. No one is perfect, so there are some decisions that we make that are not the best. Let's start changing ourselves. Then we can focus on changing others. My fellow friends, yes, we can. We can change America.
America.